Hey guys, welcome to this edition of the LA Sports Hub podcast. We're here to talk about the direction of the Clippers moving forward in 2016 and beyond. And we have another special guest joining us this morning. Please go ahead and introduce yourself to the Sports Hub audience.
This your boy Clipper Darrell in the building, baby.
We have Clipper Darrell joining the show. It's great to have you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Anytime, man.
All right, so let's get right into it. So one of the things that has been popping up lately, I want to ask you about is Blake Griffin. It was rumored last season the Clippers might try and do something with him because of the distraction he caused for the team with his injuries. And later reports on Sports Illustrated have shown that the Thunder are interested in trying to get Westbrook to team up with Griffin to keep him around. Do you think the Clippers are going to do enough to keep him in free agency?
I mean, at the end of the season, Doc already said that the big three, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, and Blake Griffin was off the charts. So they was off the market. So he wasn't trading them. So I don't see no trades being done. Westbrook is his own entity,
Yeah.
So I believe in this team. I believe that we can go far right now, and we gotta make sure that this team can be together for the next. It takes time to win a championship. It just doesn't happen overnight. And between Blake and CP3 being hurt throughout the years of being Clippers, now is our time to see coming back off season real healthy and see what they can do together.
So these past two seasons, how the seasons ended has kind of been disappointing. First, you have the blown series lead. You can't really call it anything else to the Houston Rockets. It looked like the Clippers really had a chance to go to the conference finals. And then last year with Portland, that all falling apart. What kind of momentum are they going to have going into next season, knowing what they're leaving behind?
Have you seen the Rocky movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see Chris Paul. Chris Paul has the eye of the tiger, man. You know what I'm saying? He has the vision of what he wants to do, man. He's talking to these guys right now as we speak and showing the vision that he wants to see in the next upcoming season, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if he's in the gym right now, just talking to the guys, hanging out with him, man. But to have the camaraderie, man, going into the season.
So they didn't get Kevin Durant. That was one of the big things they were trying to do this offseason. Does that affect them going forward? Does that kind of disappoint them, or do they just kind of shrug it off and say we tried?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a big name, man. You got to go after him, whatever it takes to get him. But if you don't get him, it does hurt your team a little bit because you still got other people that are standing around waiting to get signed. How do they feel? But when you know that, hey, but see, to me, if I was a player and I said, okay, my team is going after Kevin Durant, that I know I'm not better than Kevin Durant. So hey, you got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, as soon as Durant told him that he wasn't coming to the Clippers, they was off the charts. Doc started moving forward quickly.
He's not any Kevin Durant really by any means, but Jamal Crawford has been huge for this team, and they were able to re-sign him for at least 3 years on a $42 million deal. What do you think of Crawford's game the last couple of seasons, and what do you see him doing to help the team next year?
Man, I love JC, man. JC brings an intensity, man. He still has his crossover. Being 36 doesn't stop him. I mean, I love the resign. I mean, he's coming off. He's 36 years old, 6th man of the year. Come on, man. You got to take care of your 6th man of the year. That's just automatic.
Do you see him doing another 6th man of the year kind of season next year, or do you think someone's going to surpass him?
Oh, no, definitely not, man. I believe Jamal can play. I believe Jamal can play another 10 years in this league, man.
10 years.
I mean, yeah. I mean, his body. Have you seen his body, man? He don't get hurt that often, man. And it's usually an injury where he's taking a jumper and he's landing on somebody's foot where he's turning the ankle. Jamal's the man. I love him dearly.
What about Doc Rivers? Do you think that this season is a hot seat season for him?
Oh yeah, you got to have a hot seat for the head coach and the president. I mean, Doc has tried to do certain things, man, but in the Western Conference, you can't do the same things you did in the Eastern Conference. It's totally different, man. I wish Doc all the best this season, man. I've loved, the several pickups that we do have. I love what he has done, and I can't wait for the season to start.
If they were to get rid of him and part ways with Rivers, and that's a big what if, obviously depending how they do in the season in the playoffs. Is there anybody that jumps out to you as a potential candidate that they would run after?
I mean, to me, I don't even look at that because when a guy signs a $50 million 5-year deal, man, it's hard to get rid of that. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? And he's Doc Rivers. Bomber is a big fan of Doc's. And I believe that Bomber is looking at it this season and saying, hey, he's probably said Doc down, man. We got to sit here and do something, man. We got to get over this hump.
Austin Rivers is another player that has really been trying to get over personal humps. He's even trying to change his number, to change his mentality going into this next season. Do you see him being a big factor for the team?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, that's the coach's son, man. He has to prove not only to his dad, but to everybody else for that contract that his dad just gave him, man. $35 million for 3 years, man. So he's definitely focused and ready to go. $12 million a year will make you come to work and change your number too.
Okay. How do you see Brandon Bass fitting into the Clippers? He didn't change cities, but he changed teams. Does he bring anything special to Lob City?
Oh yeah, man. I've always liked Brandon, man. I loved him when he was with Orlando.
Yeah.
He's a team player.
Yeah.
He kicks it out. So, he's gonna bring that intensity, man. It's like having another DeAndre Jordan on the floor. But the only thing, Brandon Bass is a little bit better.
Yeah. You think he's better than DeAndre Jordan?
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying his shooting ability and his free throws capability. But DeAndre Jordan is the man. Okay. DeAndre Jordan is always gonna be a Clipper in my heart, baby.
Okay, he's basically what made them Lob City. Him and Chris Paul and even Blake Griffin. So how about this? Who do you see being a Clipper other than Rivers? And Crawford obviously has made his own game. He's made a name for himself. But Rivers, besides Austin, who do you see needing to kind of make a statement this season to stick around?
Oh, Raymond Felton, man. I love that pickup. That was the key all year. I've been saying we have to have a backup to CP3 to bring that same intensity, that same when CP3 is off the floor, the same person that where the plays with the momentum doesn't have to stop. And Raymond Felton is that guy, man. And I'm very happy with that pickup.
He would have helped you against Portland, don't you think?
Exactly, man. Tremendously, man. And that was the key because once CP3 go down, the whole team goes down. So now Doc Rivers did think this year. I've been on him. I've been tweeting him and everything else. Yeah. I said the key to our season next year was a backup to CP3, and we got it. And we're gonna move forward, baby.
So what about? I'm curious what your thoughts are. This is going to be the first season in a long time without Kobe Bryant, without guys like Tim Duncan. But more specifically, Kobe Bryant. Does Kobe not being in the league change the Clippers' atmosphere and how they look at things?
I mean, it doesn't change the atmosphere because most Clipper fans don't like Kobe, man. But I'm a fan of Kobe Bryant, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the greatest of all time. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? When Kobe Bryant gives you a shout out on national TV as that he's going to miss Clipper Darrell, man. That's a feeling that you can never get over, man. You know what I'm saying? I got tremendous love for Kobe. Kobe will be greatly missed in his NBA.
You said you have him as the greatest of all time. You have him against all the other all-time greats, number one?
I mean, he's not. No, he's the greatest of all time in his generation, but not all time. And that particular generation that he's played in the last 20 years, yes. But you know what I'm saying? You can't compare him to, to Bill Russell, Magic Johnson and all them cats, man. I just wish a Clipper could be the greatest of all time.
We'll see. Hey, Kevin Durant would have been a good run for his money. Where do you see Kobe on the all-time list then, in your opinion? Is he top 10, top 5, top 7?
Top 5. Definitely top 5. Definitely top 5.
And then lastly, I did want to ask you about athlete activism because that was something that Chris Paul really kind of took full force with Carmelo, with Wade, and LeBron. The ESPYs really speaking out, the audience that they had watching. Do you think that Chris Paul is going to be able to maintain that kind of leadership role as an athlete, making his voice heard?
Oh man, that was a tremendous situation what Chris Paul does, man. It did. All the five guys stood up there, man. You know, I always say after my radio show, after every radio show I do, I always say, "United we stand, divided we fall." I love you, Mama. And the reason why I say that is because if we unite together as one, and don't worry about if a man is white, green, blue, pink, whatever, man. Judge a person, you know, on the content of their character, not on the color of their skin. I love Martin Luther King when he said that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do like the president's Trump's wife try to steal somebody else's quote. But you know, once we come together, I do an event every year with the LAPD, and I do 2 events with them twice a year every year for the past. This will be my 7th year doing it, and it's tremendous. And it's a community event where people could come out. But this year, I'm concentrating more on the unity and understanding what the police go through, you know, and what the police goes through, and when y'all make a phone call to them, you know, people don't realize that when you on the other end of that phone, the operator, the 911 operator, is repeating everything you're saying to the officers, right? So soon as the officers get there, they don't know who's who, what's what. That's why they always ask what color you have. I mean, what do you have on? You have jeans, you have a green shirt, blue shirt, because they need to know the people that they getting into. They're blind on it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, it's just like somebody's knocking on your door. A stranger knocks on your door. Are you going to let them in? Of course not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you treat the officers the same way when they do other situations, man, 99% of the time, man, they're gonna cut you loose, man. And I've been a witness of it, man. I've been black all my life, as you can see, you know. But I've noticed when you get out the car or when they ask you to do everything they ask you to do, I've always been cut loose, man. Always. I've never, you know, even if I had ran a red light or was speeding, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about cooperation, man, and understanding what they're going through. But I love what the five guys did, man. I love it.
Do you think it's going to take each of them kind of taking it to their respective like cities? Carmelo taking it to New York, LeBron really sticking it to Cleveland, Chris Paul being the representative for LA. Do you see that kind of thing happening?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because you know, I mean, we need that. We need that leadership. But not only do we need a leadership, I think every individual should be accountable. We need a leader for every block. We need a community leader for every city. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That people could go to these meetings. They could come back to the cities and tell what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Voice your opinion. You know what I'm saying? If there's an officer that's harassing you, there's an officer, get his badge number. Don't foul mouth him. Don't cuss him out. Just get his badge number. Write a nice little incident report and put it into his file. He get enough of those, people going to see. But if you don't know, if a sergeant doesn't know, if a chief of police doesn't know what that officer is doing in the streets, how are they supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People always say, oh man, they protecting their own. Of course they're going to protect their own. But if you have enough complaints on them, they can't protect them.
Thank you for joining the show. We hope to have you again on soon.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, appreciate it.